That sounds fair.
Cool. Does anyone have any cool news before we start?
Cool what?
News? Anybody been doing anything cool? Anything neat?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I got
Oh, you guys
outward
are just great.
yesterday.
You got outed as a homosexual man yesterday?
No,
Finally?
outward.
I know, I'm just kidding. So have you played it a bunch? Is it good? I saw a bunch of people playing it.
I've played a bit of it. I don't know. I haven't really done much.
Yeah, that was like my kind of thing about it. I was looking at it and I was watching people play it, and I was like, I felt like 90% of the time I was watching people play it, it was just them running around a world that didn't have much in it. And I was like, yeah, the concept behind this game seems kind of cool, but like I'm
Yeah.
sure it's more fun if you actually play it. But like watching people play it, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It kind of feels a little bit unfinished.
That's kind of what it looked like a little bit. But I'm sure it's probably better if you play it with other people, because like you can just jump in other people's games, can't you?
I think so.
Wow, it's $40. Was it like cheaper if you pre-ordered it or something?
Nah, it's legit, like almost AAA price.
The fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's like plans to like put more stuff in or if this is the game. I don't know. Like I said, I've only played a little bit, so I can't really say. I'm hoping it gets like
Interesting.
better. I mean, the you can kind of tell they didn't like either have enough money or they didn't have enough time to like flesh out the sound, like the talking aspect of the game.
Oh yeah, I like heard some of the voice lines, and it's not like mixed or anything at all. It's just like,
Well, not even that. Like it's like the voice lines will just give you like the first like line or sentence of the actual um, text, and then it'll just
oh
stop.
yeah, but games do that sometimes. There's a couple other games that, like even Dark Souls does that sometimes. Like that's a somewhat common thing for uh, RPG games, though. Where they like have multiple lines and they just deliver the first sentence. I ordered a new monitor that gets here tomorrow. One of those fancy 1440p G-Sync monitors.
Oh,
Should be pretty cool.
finally getting a G-Sync monitor. Well, let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I will. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how much of a difference the 1440p actually makes. Okay, I suppose we'll begin. I'm just getting impatient. Um, let's see here. Oh, fucking course. Turn on the music and hit a fucking bookmark right next to it. It took me off the page. All right. In the last session of Dragonfire, the group honestly didn't do a whole lot. I'm having trouble remembering where you guys even started last week during your session. I believe you had woken up on a new, fresh day, and you guys ran some errands around town and looked for some information more so about this fighting pit, and Gustav picked up his sword, and was it last week that you guys met with the the Ashen Conclave?
Yeah.
That last week? Jesus. Oh, my sense of time is becoming incredibly distorted during this job. So, I mean, that was the big thing last week, is you guys finally met up with the Ashen Conclave. You spent a good portion of the night waiting in the tavern, kind of taking shifts as people went and did other things, including Philia having somewhat of a breakdown as she was being harassed by this entity that now resided within the ring that she is bound to.
But now everybody knows about it. Hey!
Everybody does know about it now, and everyone's trying to help Philia the best they can and try and figure things out. And during your guys' meeting with the Ashen Conclave didn't go exactly as you expected. You got some items out of it. You're only able to identify one of them, and that was by the fact that Eric almost blew you all up inside of a tavern room. And you had a tense exchange of words with the Ashen Conclave. You never learned his name. There's a lot of questions about the ring that you guys had, and it pretty much ended with, once you guys were done with your current job and finding Susanna for Cassius, that you would return to the Crafty Dragon Destrian shop and await for the Ashen Conclave to contact you there. And pretty much after everything was said and done, you guys went to sleep for the night. You started a fresh new day. We're now on the day of the underground fighting tournament. Everyone's trying to convince Cinder to compete in the tournament. Because you still haven't officially signed up, correct, Cinder?
Correct.
Yeah, so Gustav and Cinder were planning on having a little brawl to train before the actual fight. And we ended last session with Eric examining the pistol sword cane that he had obtained from Destrian. Not knowing what a pistol was, he ended up shooting a hole into the ground, where everyone kind of ended up freaking out. But I mean, at this point, we'll start today's session with everyone kind of settled in the morning. You've done your daily routine and gotten fed and ready to go for the day, and it's pretty much up to you guys what you would like to do at this point. You find yourselves inside of the Iron Candle Tavern with the day ahead of you. Cinder's yet to sign up, but the tournament is tonight.
Alright, well, we've got a fair bit of time before the tournament. Would you still be up for a little bit of sparring, Cinder?
Oh, I suppose so. What's Philia gonna do today?
Philia's gonna watch and cheer on with the duck.
Oh gosh. That duck. I don't know. Always put on a terrible show when that duck's around. Oh well, maybe things will be different this time.
Right. Well, let's see if we can find a quiet place
You guys have your discussion about your quiet place, and as you do, Eric kind of chimes in. I've got a bit of an idea for something for tonight. I think I'll take Teak with me and we'll do a bit of shopping before the night begins. We'll meet you at the tournament. What time is it at again?
I just remembered saying it was tonight. Don't know if we got an exact time. Do you remember, Cinder?
Yeah, I don't remember what time it was.
I think it was like 9 or 10.
We just go there after sundown.
I think that's the way to do it. I'll try and find you all at the tournament. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
And Eric kind of stands up, and he's like grabbing Teak by the shoulder. Teak, go shopping, and pretty much Eric drags Teak out of the tavern, and they're gonna go on a little shopping spree for themselves, leaving you three to do what you please.
Wonder what they're gonna go shop for.
Hopefully something good.
Right. What about you, Philia? We're gonna go spa, but don't really want to leave you by yourself.
I can follow along, don't worry.
Sounds good.
I think after this as well, might head past Clap's shop, see if we can identify this ring we got here, and that special cube thing that you got.
Sounds like a plan.
We have the funds for that.
Over what? For what?
Funds, money.
Well, I don't think it'll be too costly, right? It's only just telling you what it is.
I mean, it is an appraisal shop. I imagine he charges something. Never done it myself, though.
We'll cross that
We
bridge
gave
when
him
it gets
Wolfbane.
there. Aye, we practically saved the poor bugger.
Right, in an exchange for something which he delivered on.
In which he asked for 1, maybe 2, in which we gave him all that we had. I think it's not too much more to ask for a simple appraisal.
Alright. Should we do that before or after?
Let's do it after. If we get this out of the way first, I want to at least have some time to recover before tonight.
Makes sense to me. Should we head outside of the city? Maybe hang by Teak's tree. Nice open area.
Oh. If you want. Is it really necessary to?
Just don't know if 2 blokes fisticuffs, might attract attention.
Well,
A quiet place in the city.
if it does attract attention, then maybe we can get Philia to start collecting. Like a bookie.
I suppose. Always thinking, eh, Cinder?
Well, there you go.
You'd be up for that, Philia?
Besides,
Sounds good.
I think a good spot would probably be behind Destrian's place, maybe. Quiet back there, last time we were.
Fine with me. Lay down.
Head to Destrian's place.
All right. So you guys make your way out into the city. And after your normal journey time through the streets, you guys find yourselves at the back of Destrian's shop in the alleyway.
Start like taking off my armor, doing like some stretches, warming up, and attaching my leather gauntlet thing.
Yeah, Cinder, you see Gustav looks like a total doofus as he prepares for the fist fight.
I just walk to a corner and then quietly I just say to myself, alright, here we are. Now we got people watching. Don't embarrass yourself in front of the duck.
Okay. So you each kind of take a side and prepare yourselves. You have any other rituals, or are you just gonna kind of begin?
Alright, so we don't exactly know the rules of this tournament, but I'm guessing since there's no...
Are you really gonna try and cheap shot him?
Yeah.
Alright. Make a unarmed attack roll for me.
Alright, now how do I do this? Is it a 1d3 or something?
Well, essentially you can attack with your dex or whatever you want. So it would be like your base attack bonus plus your
dex.
plus your dex for like an attack, and then if you hit, it's 1d3 because your average size plus your strength. So that is definitely a hit because you're both unarmored. So yeah, Gustav, pretty much you are trying to talk to him about these rules, and all of a sudden, Cinder just, like lightning, very quickly just comes up, and it's a light jab right in your face.
Oh, bloody hell. We haven't even started yet.
Well, we don't know the rules, do we? Gotta expect the unexpected.
I guess. Right, sort of wipe the blood from my nose.
Alright. So I guess you two can roll initiative. Philly, what are you doing while are you just watching these two freaks, or what?
Philia's just gonna like make sure like if any like issues come up, she'll be there to help. Pip's probably there just cheering on.
Alright. Oh, Gustav really just wanted to be on there twice, so.
I didn't have my token selected.
It's fine, I put you in there already. Guess I'll
Okay.
add Cinder in their custom.
I don't see anybody in there.
Really?
Now I see Cinder.
At a 0.
You're in there. I guess let me delete you and re-add you.
Yeah, I didn't see Gustav either.
That's interesting. Wow, very impressive here. Impressive rolls, a 6 and a 7. Cinder, you're up first. You're both kind of standing next to each other, arms raised, ready to throw down.
Alright.
What are you gonna do?
I wanna try and like quickly move behind him and then kind of punch him in the kidney.
Sure. Yeah, I think you're both unarmed, so I don't think I think as far as unarmed goes, you guys don't. You can't. You guys don't have attacks of opportunity. No, you can. So you can do it, is what I'm saying, because he doesn't have attacks of opportunity, so you won't really get an attack on you.
No, but for that first shot, would I get sneak attack damage that I did before?
Yeah, technically, because he's flat-footed, I suppose. Oh, for the very first shot? Or are you talking about for this one?
Or for this one, either or.
For this one, if you hit him, yeah, you get sneak attack on him. Which I don't think you do hit him.
Nope.
Yeah, so you kind of
Damn.
shimmied to the side of Gustav when you try and hit him, but he kind of moves his head to the side a little bit and dodges from your attack. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Gustav. He's just tried to hit you in the back of the head.
Alright, I'm just gonna elbow him in the face. Nope.
Are
I'll
you
turn
sure?
around.
Oh wait, because he has high dex. What's your unarmored AC there?
15.
That's what his is?
Yeah, I end my turn.
My unarmored?
Yeah, your
It would be
unarmored
touch.
armor.
Oh, 15.
Class.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Gustav tries to elbow you in the face, Cinder, but you quickly shuffle out of the way. It's back to your turn.
Alright. Going to counter the elbow with a left jab.
That's a hit.
That's a
So it's a
hit.
very quick jab, but Cinder does manage to kind of get Gustav in the ribs with a jab. It's your turn, Gustav.
Left hook. Nope. Here you
Oh
go.
my god. Gustav's just a little bit too big and slow for you, Cinder. You kind of duck under him as he haymakers over your head.
Yeah, duck under him and then give him a little hit to the ribs. Alright.
Yeah, a little hit indeed, but it's death by 1,000 cuts as Cinder jabs you again in the ribs, Gustav.
So he's below me. I'm gonna put my hands together and just come down. Nope.
Oh, what a shame. Yeah, it's just Gustav's taking these hits like a champ. And he puts his hands together and tries to bring them down on you, Cinder, but you're just a little bit too quick for him.
Uppercut.
Sure, you can.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, you catch him on the bottom of his chin. His head flies back a bit as you hit him.
I'm
Gustav,
gonna try
That's
to
all you
grab
do.
him by the shoulders and grapple.
yeah,
Stop
grapple.
moving around. Yeah.
All right, so that's you make a CMB or there's CMB and CMB. You know which one. That's definitely more than whatever Cinder's
Mhm.
is. So you succeed on your grapple maneuver on old Cinder boy. He's moving around too much, so you end up grabbing him.
I think that's my turn, right? I don't think I can like punch him after that.
I don't believe you can.
It's like Sin City versus Elijah Wood.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. So pretty much at this point, Cinder, you are grappled. You're grappled by Gustav, which means that you can't move. You can't take any actions that require two hands. You have a -4 penalty to your dex and a -2 penalty to attacks and combat maneuvers, except those made to escape.
Okay. I want to Try to escape.
So I believe to escape you can do an escape artist check, or I think you can do a counter combat maneuver check. One or the other.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so he's got you grappled for a moment, but you managed to slip out from his hold. I do believe that is your action, a standard action though, to escape. But I can double check real quick. Gosh. I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to say it's going to take your action to escape the grapple.
Yeah.
So if you want to move or anything, you still can.
And I'll, like, take a step back and just kind of go into a defensive position.
Alright, as he takes a step back, I move forward and just try to smash through his block. Wapa!
Oh, yeah, you finally do. It's like, Cinder, you've been dodging this big honking guy for a while, but this time, even through your block, he's just like pissed and he just boom, punches right through it and just kind of knocks you back with how much force hits you. But that's his turn.
Okay. Oh, take the hit and then retaliate with a jab to the nose.
Not this time. Gustav kind of has started to see your jabs coming after his big swings and moves his head back as your fist flies past his nose.
Alright, I'm gonna move my head back and then give him a left uppercut. No.
Oh, so close. Within a hair's distance, Cinder, you see this powerful fist fly right past your face, and it's the pressure's on.
Okay. Quickly counter to the gut.
Is that a success? Or?
No, 11, because I have +1 dex.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. So, like, this time you quickly counter to the gut, but Gustav knows what's coming this time and, like, almost flexes his abs, so when you punch him, it's like you just punched, like, a wall. He absorbs your blow.
Alright, now he's right in front of me. I'm gonna do the discombobulate thing, where I smack him on both sides of his head.
Oh, no, not Sherlock Holmes. Well, it fucking worked. It goddamn worked. So you see all of a sudden, like, he absorbs your hit to the gut, Cinder, and he takes both of his hands wide open and clap on both sides of your head. And it's like, it hurts like a motherfucker.
Ow. Okay. I'm going to... Gosh, it's getting down to the wire. One more of those and I'm done.
It is
He's gotta hit me at least 4 more times.
I'm gonna try and... I don't know. I'm gonna go for the balls.
No!
As in like a, oh god, no. Yeah. He sees you. Are you try and punch him in the balls, or like kick him in the nuts, or knee him, or what?
Yeah, just like knee him.
Yeah, you try and knee him, and he like throws up his leg and kind of stops your knee in midair. That could almost be considered a dirty trick.
Since I got my knee up and my hands on the side of his head, I'm gonna bring his face down to my knee. Woofa!
Ah,
Damn. Yeah,
I'm unconscious.
he just grabs you by the back of the head, Cinder, and just with this momentum on both sides, you see, like, you know it's over as it's happening. He's taking your head and pushing it down into his knee, and just crunch as your face is impaled by Gustav's kneecap, and a little bit of blood starts pouring out of your face as you kind of get dizzy and fall backwards, and you end up unconscious on the ground.
Oh,
Ophelia's gonna quickly walk over and try to make a heal check, fix everything up.
yeah, I'm gonna try to help with that too.
If I help, do I get advantage?
There's also specialties for non-lethal. Like I don't think he's actually dying or anything.
I know, but just like fixing up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys can go. You made 2 heal checks. What do you think you're? Jesus?
I'm getting help, so advantage, right? That's how that works.
No, that's no advantage in this game. You get a plus to your original roll. I mean,
Heal stud then. Okay.
Do I help with my -2 heal check?
Do it!
Where's your -2 heal check?
Like that's just the roll, but... Ha!
Wait, how did you know it was gonna be a fucking
Well, I have a
because the
-2
modifier
to the roll.
-2, I see. Yeah, you're trying to help, but you're almost making it worse.
My big leather mitt, just like slapping
Yeah.
him in the face.
You're like smearing the blood all over his face, like messing him up, and it's not doing much. But I think you guys do manage like to kind of bring Cinder back to like consciousness. You kind of like snap him back into reality, Eminem style, and he kind of like he definitely got knocked out for like a good like 30 seconds, and eventually kind of comes back to, and your eyes kind of open up slowly, Cinder, as you start seeing the light again, and you're back to consciousness.
You alright, Cinder?
Well, that went about as expected.
Sorry about that. Got a little frustrated. You're real hard to hit, mate.
Yeah. I don't think nothing of it.
Think you want to enter now?
Maybe.
If it's a maybe after going down like that, I think it's a good sign. Right, Philia?
I'll encourage him no matter what he does.
Ain't she a gem?
Well, thanks for the encouragement. Yeah. Gonna need some time to rest though. Crikey.
Right, well, take the rest of the day, rest up. Should we head on over to Claps then?
We can mosey our way down.
Alright, we saunter on over to Clap's shop.
Okay. You're not terribly far away. You guys make your way to Clap's shop. And as you enter, you see a familiar sight of a kind of bird man with his tall, pointy hat and robes on. Welcome, welcome.
Morning,
Hey.
Clap.
We were wondering if you could identify some objects for us.
Oh. Yeah, he sees feathers kind of ruffle up, and he puts his hand out, kind of waves, motions you guys over.
Go over and I hand him the stone cube.
And you see his bird eyes get kind of squinty as his head moves around.
Wow.
Magic. He puts his hand up and just like one feathery finger up, as in like one moment. And you find yourselves kind of sitting there just watching him for a few minutes as he says like a few words and motions with his hands, and he kind of sits there staring at this item. A second. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So after a time, you see him staring at this item, and he turns around, leaving the item on the table, walks into the back, and comes out with an ink pen, quill, I should say, and a piece of parchment, and starts kind of furiously writing things down on there. And eventually you see him stop writing, and he takes this piece of paper and turns it around to you. And on there you see, if you would like to, you'd like to go into your journal, you will see in your magic items section there is a Stone of Alarm, which is the item and the information he's given to you. It also says on there that he requests 10 gold for the magic identification, the appraisal.
$10 gold. Is it possible to get a discount? We have another object needing of appraisal.
Oh, right. This one here.
Kind of,
I pull out the ring.
he moves his head around. He looks at it. He looks at this ring now as you put it down, quite curious. And you see he does something similar, sitting there for a few moments, a few minutes, I should say, just kind of staring at it. And make one more roll. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does the same thing, except this time he has the ink quill and everything out already, and starts furiously writing some things down for a few moments, until eventually he hands over another piece of paper to you, Cinder, and you can see in your inventory a ring of spell knowledge 1, which is what is identified for you. And at the bottom of your piece of paper, it says 18 gold for both identifications.
18 gold for both.
Discount.
Philly will hand over 9 gold.
Thank you. And then with the other 9 gold in his feathery hand, he moves his hand over towards you, Cinder.
I slowly pull out the 9 gold, plonk it on his feathery hands.
He kind of turns his head. Thank you. Is there anything else I can do for you? He turns his head side to side. Item? Magic?
No, we're good for now. Thank you so much for your services.
Yeah, he waves with his large feathery hands.
I might have one thing.
Ooh, cool.
9 gold was the discounted price.
He nods his head.
Hand him over 9 gold and Destrian's horn.
Oh. Yeah, he looks at it. He looks over and observes. And you see him doing a similar thing to what he did before, kind of looking it over. Trying to get an idea of what it is. And this time he seems to be done quicker than before. Like he's not really staring at it as much. He's more so like turning it around and looking at it and doing his other things, and he puts it back down on the table and then slides the 9 gold pieces back over to you.
Something wrong?
Magic? No.
Right. Well, thanks for letting me know. I sort of sheepishly pick the horn back up.
And he nods to you, kind of like one large nod. Okay. Someone
Accident.
wants to use their moron.
It's a great roll, though.
It's a good roll.
Killed.
Yeah, it's a good roll, completely wasted.
Knee me in the face, will you?
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are done there. Are you gotta taking off? You're all leaving.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, and Clap kind of waves goodbye to you all and
Thanks, Clap.
gives you another big nod. And then you guys are back out in town. Not a ton of time has passed, maybe a couple hours between walking around and doing everything, so it's like still early afternoonish. What are you guys gonna do for the rest of the day?
Can the ring only be used by spellcasters?
The ring of spellcasting?
Yeah, the Ring of Spell Knowledge one.
Or spell knowledge. I don't think that that's necessarily the case, but it's of no use to someone without spells.
Philia will offer to trade the stone for the ring. Because I think Philia's the only spellcaster in our group right now.
Not true anymore. But Philly doesn't know that.
Wait, what?
I cast Fireball on Philly.
Does Eric know magic?
So what does it do? Just a +1 to your spell stuff?
It teaches
Oh,
you a
okay.
first level spell as if it was in your spell list.
Yeah, it essentially adds another first level spell. But in order to put a spell on the ring, you have to
You have to know the spell or something?
you have to essentially learn the spell and like put it into the ring.
Like cast it into the ring. So
I didn't look at all the specific details, but it's like it says the wearer must still encounter a written, active, or cast version of the spell and succeed on a DC 20 spellcraft check to teach the spell to the ring. So I think in theory, if you know spells, you could teach one of your spells to the ring that you know. I don't think you necessarily have to like find a scroll and put it into the ring.
Yeah, but what I'm therefore the arcane spellcaster may cast a spell as though she knew the spell and it's appeared on her class list. The arcane spell do not appear on the wearer's class list. They are treated as one level higher for all purposes, storage and casting.
Right. So
I still think it uses spell slots.
it does. It just adds an extra spell slot to your thing, I believe.
Huh.
I mean, it's like
Interesting.
Since y'all don't got spell slots, want to trade?
Oh, I have spell slots. What's the what's the thingy do?
I mean, maybe
It
it's not
does.
I guess it's not actually a spell slot. It's just this to know the spell.
What does the cube do?
It's in
Yeah.
there. Go read it, you fuck.
You can use a command word to affix it to any object. If anything touches that object and does not speak the same command word, the stone emits a piercing screech for 1 hour that can be heard from a quarter mile away, assuming no intervening barriers.
Oh.
Yeah, the big thing with the Ring of Spell Knowledge is you could teach the Ring of Spell Knowledge different classes spell, like with a scroll, so you could in theory cast
But
like
when
a different classes spell.
But since it's only first level, if it's not on your spell slot, you would have to learn a cantrip from another class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can teach
Exactly.
you Levi.
You could do something like that.
Interesting.
Or, you know, he could use it to learn what his class spell list. Because he got spells now. So what you guys want to do
From
with
where?
the,
How?
with the gear is up to you guys, but that's a conversation that you fuckers can have between Cinder and Philia.
It's fine. Philia has a ring already. It might not be as good as that one, but like, I have a ring.
You have more than one ring.
All right.
But
If I were to trade you for this one, what were you thinking of using it for?
I mean, what Philia's going to do with the ring?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, what spell were you going to put in it? Is what I'm getting at.
Philia's gonna think about it, and as I'm looking through my spell list, where's the ritual spell?
I mean, you might as well give it to Cinder. Not like any of us can cast spells. We've seen Philia make plants grow out of the ground.
Ooh, I can do Banish, where I can make someone invisible for rounds up to my level.
Give Philia the ring.
I give him the cube.
What's the cube called?
Stone of Alarm.
The description's in there.
Doesn't want to have to go there.
It's literally in the fucking journal thing. Just click on it.
Oh, it's in the journal. Okay.
Yeah, how many times have I said this? It's in the fucking journal, you
I
jabronster.
was trying to look up. I was looking up the compendium. All right.
No, it's in the journal. Like, you guys have your own handouts for your magic items.
Thank you. This is so much better.
Alright, well, we've still got quite a bit of time before the fight. Don't want to get too roughed up before we compete. But if you're thinking of entering Cinder, we might want to swing by Blacksmith's. Let her know that you're competing, right?
Yes, well, about that, kind of just spent my last gold on identifying that ring.
Philia will give Cinder 9 gold and say, "Don't worry, I can pay for it."
I mean, maybe this is just a sign that the universe is telling me not to enter this thing. It's twice now I've run out of gold and not been able to enter.
I mean, if you don't want to fight, you don't want to fight. Just don't let a lack of coin be your excuse.
Alright, I suppose then. Well, I'm only 6 gold short of the entry fee, so...
Didn't Philia just give you 9 gold?
Yeah.
So I give it 3 back.
No, it's fine. You keep the 9, and Philia's paying for the 6 for the entry fee.
Alright, I take the 9 gold. Thank you, Philia.
Don't worry about it.
See that, Cinder? She really believes in you. Gotta give her a good show, yeah? Slap him on the back.
Yeah.
Come on, chin up.
Pip is gonna give Cinder a pat on the back and do the quack quack and flex on the thing and then pretend he's fighting.
And then stealth in there? Yeah.
Pip is gonna be that
Pip
friend
turns-
that
Pip
hypes up.
turns into Donald Duck and starts doing the fisticuffs, rolling his arms and quacking.
Oh, great. Thanks for the encouragement, Pip. One
What?
day I'll rise above being a better thief than a duck.
Let's head on over to Launders then.
Alright. You guys finish your business up at Claps and have your little discussion on the street about your magic items that everyone overheard and saw. And now you guys make your way over to the Ironclad Blacksmith, where as approaching you see a familiar sight of orange-haired Londa out back, hammering away on some things.
Wait, first, Pip's diplomacy check that works as a persuasion and helpfulness check.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Pip did not do well.
Wow. It really didn't cheer you up very much, Cinder. It's quite sad.
But Pip tried.
Tried his best. Failed.
He's a duck. What can you expect?
I just give him a pat on the head.
But yeah, you guys find yourself approaching Londa's shop, and you see her off in the distance, hammering away.
Afternoon, Londa.
Oh. Hello there, Mr. the Tree Smith.
Right. Is it too late to enter the competition? Cinder here might want to fight.
Oh. Finally come around, have you?
I guess so.
You don't seem too keen on fighting.
Oh no.
Are you sure?
Oh, quite sure. Yes, I would love to enter this fine competition that you have there.
Okay. Well, this is 10 gold pieces, and let me get my ledger. If you would meet me inside the shop, please. And she kind of puts the hammer down as she makes her way inside the back. You guys are expecting to go around the front. But as you meet her inside there, she reaches under the counter and pulls up her big kind of leather-bound ledger and opens it up. The gold pieces, please.
Hand her the gold.
Wait, no, Philia already subtracted it from thing.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
So Philia's paying.
Philia is paying.
Okay. Yeah, she takes the gold pieces and flicks them through her hands real quick, counting them, and puts them under the counter in her little storage space. Okay. And what should I list your name as, sir?
Oh, right. The name.
Philia's gonna wave her hand in the air like an arch physician and say, Cinder the Wyvern Targan.
Oh, it's quite fancy. Is that what you would like?
Right. Exactly that.
Alright. Cinder the Wyvern Targan, it is. Well, you're all set tonight at shortly after sunset. The abandoned theater will be there. Is there anything else I can do for you?
What were the rules again?
Well, the rules are quite simple. No weapons, no killing, there's only no armor. Pretty simple. It's a test of skill and strength.
You said fists only. Does that mean no kicks?
Well, I suppose kicks are allowed. I mean, unarmed only, I should say.
Right, good to know.
This is not boxing or anything, but, you know, no killing, no cutting, unless things happen by accident, which they do. Other than that, there are not too many other rules.
What about, like, magical things?
Oh, well, magic being as rare as it is, sometimes I forget, but no magic allowed. It's quite simple. It's just raw skill, raw strength, things like that.
No magic during the tournament, you mean? Like in the fight?
But nothing to prepare beforehand or nothing during the fight. It's just, you know, this is not complicated. It's pure skill, pure strength.
Right. Sounds fair.
I try to keep it that way. If I find anyone breaking the rules, they will be thrown out, and their money will be withheld.
Good to know. I like that you're
So-
keeping such a strong playing field on this. Level playing field. It's good. Alright.
That is what it is all about.
I guess we'll see you tonight then.
Okay, then I will see you tonight. Best of luck to the both of you.
Thank you.
And just kind of gives you a nod, and as you're walking out, I will see you tomorrow. Tree.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, will you be coming too?
Yeah. What friend would I be if I didn't watch?
Oh, you're going to watch him learn. Are you trying to learn too?
Well, the tournament's tonight, Philia, but I'm coming back here the day after to hopefully learn a little bit about smithing.
Oh, sorry, as Philia's gonna, look off ooh, messed up.
You can see Londa's a little bit excited. She's are disappointed now. You're not looking to learn as well?
I can if you'll have me, but I don't have quite as much coinage to learn and not that much of an incentive to. I would be interested if you would have me, though.
Well, unfortunately, it cost me money to teach the materials and things like that. So if you have a bit of coin, I would be glad to try and teach you, but if not, I'm afraid I can't necessarily spare the funds.
I completely understand.
Depending on how things go tonight, we might have gold to spare.
That is true. Well, of course, again, best of luck to you.
Thanks again.
Just gives you another nod and exits out through the back of the shop and kind of quickly goes back to hammering away. And you guys are once again out on the city streets. I don't know, what would you guys like to do for the rest of the day before the tournament?
rest up and restore my HP.
Yeah, can we just like chill? Make sure like
Yeah.
we eat but not too close to the fight so that we're all settled by the time we get there.
Yeah, you guys are kind of just gonna go chill out at the Iron Candle Tavern for the rest of the day and kind of prepare yourselves mentally and physically for the fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like swap some fighting stories with Cinder and Philia to try to get us all hyped up.
Oh, wow. What kind of stories do you have?
There's stories about back when I was in Strathmore, hung with a bit of a rougher crowd. These sorts of fist fights aren't exactly new to me. I found the best thing was to not give your opponent a chance to breathe right, just keep hitting him. Not sure if that'll work exactly for you, Cinder, but works for me alright, even if they're pretty slippery.
Oh, sure. When it only takes you 3 hits?
Well, I just sort of, flex my bandaged arm a bit. I think I might have a bit of an unfair advantage at this point, yeah.
I might have to go about this a little bit differently, though.
Right, well, not too different, right? If we get thrown out for cheating, this whole thing's a wash. Speaking of which, the main goal here is to meet with Robin, right? So, Philia, that'll be your, Teak, and Eric's job. Make sure he doesn't leave out of there without us at least following him or finding out where he's going, yeah?
Sounds good.
You alright, Cinder?
Yeah. How do I recover HP here?
You don't. We're going in there with 1 hit point. Like men.
I'm just gonna. We'll just say, it's like technically by Pathfinder rules, it's non-lethal damage is 1 at the hour. But if you want to take like a short rest, like 5e style, you can roll your hit dice.
Can I also give Cinder some psychosomatic surge?
You sure can. If that goes off during the fight, could be interesting things, but...
Let's read. Does anything...
There's a hit dice button?
Sure is.
Does my roll still count? Or should I re-roll?
Your roll still counts, it's fine.
Okay.
Because, it's not healing.
That's all I
And all of it is just, a mental prowess. So it's just him, pulling himself back up. Right.
Ooh.
Is that magic? Is that really magic?
I don't know.
It's not even a spell. It's just, spell-like.
That's a risk that you guys have to determine whether or not you want to take.
I'll only trigger it if, you go down, so,
Yeah, you would go down and then get back up. That'd be interesting.
Are you talking about this out loud, Philia?
I mean, I have that as an half-elf passive anyway.
Yeah, it's a racial trait. We're just trying to level the playing field for different races.
I'm not stopping you. You guys, like I said, you can do whatever you want. This is something that you guys can discuss and figure out if you want.
Would any of you want me to psychosomatic surge?
What's that?
The one where you get temporary hit points. I don't know how this works in game. How do you expect?
Is that thing you put on me when we was fighting the Church of the New Dawn?
Yes, it was the thing where it's not health, so you won't be stable, but you'll be able to mentally power through a situation.
Well, it certainly helped, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the rules that we not do something like that, right?
Right, Londo was pretty clear on not doing anything magical.
Right, if this was like a fight to the death or something, absolutely we'd like it, Vilya, but like I was saying before, we don't need to win, so I think keeping a low profile and not upsetting the allies we have made, I think should be a higher priority than just some coin, yeah?
Very well.
Appreciate it though.
Yeah, thanks for the offer. And we wait until darkness.
Okay. So, you guys hang around the tavern and kind of wait until nightfall, kind of preparing yourselves, mentally setting yourselves up, and you wait until nightfall. And you, gosh, it's a little bit too intense.
Yeah, it sounds like we're going to like get
I
killed.
know, my god. That's what happens in these playlists.
Little did they know they
Yeah,
were walking
little did
into
they
the
know.
biggest trap set by the church themselves.
Beautiful. Yeah, you guys wait until nightfall and kind of gather yourselves and find yourselves in the theater district of town at the abandoned theater where you once checked out. But you guys never went inside, did you?
No.
Okay. So yeah, it's this large, kind of overarching building, and there's a little stairwell you find off to the side that leads down, because it looks like the main entrance has been boarded up to this place. And as you guys move down towards this little stairwell, the light, ambient moonlight and stuff starts to kind of fade away as you get farther and farther down these stairs. And they go down a good like 20 or 30 feet or so until you find yourselves with this kind of rotted wooden back door. And as you enter within this doorway, you see a robed figure kind of off to the side, looking at you guys, shrouded in darkness, and they don't pay you too much attention. They just seem to be hanging out there, and as you move through this long, narrow hallway, you find yourselves in this kind of abandoned theater, like behind the stage, down below. And there's like old like makeup stations and things like that, where like people would prepare themselves in like rooms and dressing rooms and things like that. And you know, it looks like most of the stuff is kind of rotted away and abandoned. You see a few people here and there kind of just lounging about, doing different things, having conversations. And kind of naturally, there's a path that's almost been cleared out, and eventually it leads you up another flight of stairs. And eventually you guys find yourselves entering this area of oops, I didn't mean to press that twice. You guys find yourselves entering this little little area of light. You kind of approach the top of these stairs, and as you get farther and farther up the staircase, you see more and more light bleeding in. And as you're moving farther and farther up the stairs, you hear a kind of ambient noise of people conversing and things like that, just getting louder and louder, till eventually you kind of burst out from this stairwell out onto a stage just lit with candlelight from all over the place. And you can see in the middle of the stage there's a large ring built out of wooden planks with a kind of hinged gate on the front of it that people can cross in and out of. And surrounding this circled wooden structure, there's just hordes of people, probably 50 to 100 people just in this room on this stage. And some people, you can see they've taken these damaged, kind of rotted, burnt chairs out of the theater seating from below and brought them up onto the stage. And people are kind of going crazy, and just lots of people filling this room. But you guys are here. You don't see Londa right away, and there's no one in the ring at the moment. What do you guys like to do?
Well, this certainly seems like a place. Let's see if we can find Eric, Teak, or Robin.
Sounds like a good idea.
And Londa, I guess. Make sure everything's all official. Let's stay close, at least for this first bit, yeah.
When Gustav tells me to like keep an eye out for the others, I immediately scope the room and see if I can see the person with the fattest coin pouch.
No.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Dang.
Alright, not bad. I mean, you see people of all sorts around this place, and you can see there's like a few more finely dressed people throughout the crowd. They look like a little bit higher nobility. And you could kind of infer that they probably would have a little bit more coin than some of the other people in the crowd.
Excellent.
So what are you guys doing? Do you split up within the room, or...?
Hopefully we stick together, and I'm looking for Londa, Eric, Teak, or anyone matching Robin's description.
Okay, why don't you roll me a perception check as well? Not bad.
Not bad. That's the best I can possibly do.
That is the best you can possibly do. It's still, unfortunately, the modifier's not that high.
Gosh dang.
But it's pretty good. You look through the crowd, and it's getting wild at this point. People are getting kind of rowdy. You can tell some of these people have been here for a while. And as you're looking around, you can see coming out from behind this large theater curtain that's like half burnt away and just covered in dust and rot at this point. You see Londa come out, and she's kind of done up a little bit classier than normal tonight. She has, her hair is like in perfect shape, and you've only seen her in kind of blacksmith's kind of dirty rags before, but this time she has some like pretty finely enameled metal armor that she's made for herself. She's looking pretty good and like really trying to put on this idea behind this kind of tournament of strength and combat and things like that. And
Gustav,
all these
Philia, let's see if we can get a little bit closer to those folk over there.
Philia and Pip are also gonna take a good look around to see if they can find anyone that looks like Robin. So first roll, Pip. Second roll, Philia.
Pip has a +9.
Yep, because racial, and then he gets another bonus, and he gets his wisdom modifier. Pip is amazing. I love Pip. He's just not good at
Blinder than
charisma.
a duck.
you don't see anyone who looks like Robin at this point. And yes.
There you go.
Well, I was just gonna say at this point, like the crowd that's been kind of rowdy starts to die down as they see Londa walk out from behind this curtain. And as she approaches, there's like a kind of pedestal that they have set up for her, and she walks up there.
Come on, it's about to start. Oh, and I squeeze through the crowd.
And you're trying to get closer to these people, these royal-looking people, or noble-looking people?
Yes.
Is anyone actually following Cinder?
Is he going away or towards Londa from where we are?
Kind of parallel to Londa. So, like, Londa came out from behind the curtain. You guys had just entered, and straight across from you, you see these nobles, but on, like, your left-hand side is where Londa's coming out from.
Okay. I guess, like, still trying to keep my eye on Londa. Try to make my way through the crowd to, like, keep up with Cinder. Oh, Cinder, where you going? Come on, Philia.
Philia will, like, be looking around with Pip and then, like, quickly follow suit.
Okay.
What are we doing over here? Why are we...
Keeping with Cinder's.
So yeah, you guys find yourselves trailing after Cinder through this crowd as Philia's kind of getting ready to address everyone in the room. And eventually, once everything settles down enough, Londa's up there and she starts speaking in a kind of louder than normal voice, although the acoustics of the old theater help her a bit. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I know it's been some time since we've done this, but it's good to see you all back here. As you all know, money abound in a place like this tonight, and you are free to place bets with any of my people scattered throughout the room on any fights that you wish. And please do not hesitate to do such, and there is no limit to how much you can bet. As for anyone out there who is planning on competing in the tournament tonight, I would ask that you please step past me now and approach so that you can follow me back into the back after I am done here. As for everything else for the evening, there are plenty of drinks supplied by yours truly. We have a few kegs along the side of the arena. Do not be shy, and if we run out, there is always more. And with that, I think we should get things started. Everyone prepare yourselves. In the next 10 minutes, we'll be having our first match. And to start off the night, we have a few newcomers. The first match will be between Norwin Kaz and Gustav the Tree Smith. Please, and please welcome them. And as she says this, people start kind of cheering and clapping. And you can tell people are pretty amped up.
Alright, that's us. Stay safe, Philia. I'll make my way through. Get ready.
And, after Londa gives her kind of little speech, she steps down from the pedestal and is patiently waiting. And you see, a number of people start kind of approaching the front. And after about a minute or so, you see there's about 8 other people. Cinder, Gustav, are you guys approaching right away, or
Yeah,
are you trying to do
following the instruction.
Okay, so do you move up without even waiting for Cinder?
I think I'll sort of give Cinder a nod, but I'm not gonna hold his hand or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna just assume he's following me.
All right, so you hear all of this, Cinder, and you see Gustav kind of start moving up towards the front.
Can Philia also move up and help what's her name and prestige in her voice so it's a little louder so it can speak over all these people in this room?
Oh sure, speech is already over.
Oh well.
They all heard her.
Oh, okay, never mind. I guess I just want to be
so
helpful.
you can still move up there. And
I'll move up so I
talk
can
to
cheer.
Londa. Cinder, what are you doing during all this?
Okay. So where am I at this point?
I mean, you've made your way near the nobles in the crowd, this small group of them that you've seen.
Okay.
And this speech is kind of happening. It's not very long.
Do they all look distracted, or what's the...
Yes, everyone's kind of quieted down in the room once Londa started speaking, and they're intently listening to what she has to say.
Gosh. I don't want to do this as a player, but I know it's something Cinder would do.
He starts killing everyone.
Alright. We'll look out for a target to swipe a coin purse.
Okay. From one of the nobles?
From whoever's closest to me at this point.
Oh, as she starts speaking?
Yep.
Okay, roll me a... What is it, sleight of hand that you have in this game?
Yes.
Hey!
But then it takes one person to just roll higher than that for perception, and he's done.
Is it really that roll versus 50 people's rolls?
No.
I hope not.
So yeah, you find the nearest person to you and try and snatch a coin purse. Are you going to take the whole thing?
No.
What, you're just trying to take some coins out of someone's coin purse?
Taking them out seems more difficult than just taking the entire thing.
Oh. Well, I mean, whatever's easier. He's not gonna be
He's gonna try to put coins into their coin purse.
Okay. So you see, the nearest person to you that's the easiest mark is essentially there's a younger couple there, and one of them has their coin pouch exposed on them like a fool. and you manage to yank it ever so slightly as you walk past in the crowd and pull the coin purse into your own possession.
Okay. I don't look at it. I don't do anything. I just put it in one of my pockets or something and continue walking.
Okay.
And then
You walk towards the front where your stuff is going?
yes.
Okay.
And when I get to the front, if Philia's still behind me, I'll say to Philia, well, this is all the coin that I have left. And I give her the 4 gold that I have left on me. Put it on Gustav, will ya?
Sounds good.
All right. You hand off your gold to Philia and make your way to the front where Londa's waiting. And you can see a kind of mishmash of other people up there. Some big burly dudes and big burly ladies. And eventually, once you all kind of get settled in, Londa says, "Good. Looks like everyone is here. If you'd please follow me to the back."
I do so.
Yeah, and she kind of leads you and these 8 other people through the back of this abandoned theater onto a closed stage area where you can see there's some more people. And it looks like they have like some like cots for people to rest in, and they have like some bandages, and people on standby to like treat wounds and things like that back there. And pretty much as she leads you to the other side of the curtain, she says, "Okay, well, you're free to do whatever you want to do from here. Eventually, your name will be called, and that will be your time to fight. I believe there are 16 of you in total. Some of the fighters are already back here. And feel free to get to know one another in the meantime. And if you would like to place any bets before the fight, you can do so back here with one of my assistants." And she points to a young man who's wearing some like finely made clothes that have some like ornamental armor pieces on them that similarly resemble Londa. Like you can tell she's kind of made this stuff herself. She's trying to make it look as nice as she can. And they're the ones collecting bets and things like that. Other than that, yes.
Philia gives that person the 4 gold and says, "Bet it on Gustav," and we'll put.
Did you follow the fighters into the back, or are you still out front?
That's a very good question. Can Philia follow and just ask to volunteer and help out any way she can?
If you wanted to talk to Londa one-on-one, maybe you probably could.
Yeah, like when she like moved up to the front and you said I could talk to Londa, can I just be like, "Hey, can I just like help out? Is there anything I can do?"
Yeah, Londa knows you. She'll let you hang out in the back, and if you can help fix up some of the people or something when they come back. So you're gonna give that guy 4 gold and put it on Gustav in the first round?
Yep, and I'll take out 2 gold on mine, put it on Gustav as well.
Okay, so you have 6 gold in total right now on Gustav in the first round?
Yep, let's go, Gustav. Don't make us lose 6 gold.
Don't put that on me.
It's all on you now, Gustav. Okay. So I mean, yeah, the pretty much he sets you guys up back there, and you're free to roam around. You see everyone kind of scatters. There's like places to sit down and relax, and some people are like doing push-ups and other things and preparing themselves and just kind of getting like generally ready to fight.
Yeah, I'll be like trying to blend in, so I'm like watching a guy do a stretch I'm not familiar with and like trying to do it.
How successful are you?
Like a 4 out of 10? I don't know. Want me to make an acrobatics check?
Sure, or performance check since you don't actually know what the stretch is or how it works.
Okay.
Either one.
Oh god.
I guess you're doing a pretty good job of blending in.
Pip is gonna look at that and be like, wow! And Pip is also gonna try to do the stretch along with.
Yeah, Pip's on Philia's shoulder doing this weird, like, plunging stretch thing that they're doing.
We're doing the warrior from yoga.
Yeah. Pip is not very good at it. Pip almost falls off of your shoulder trying to do it. But I mean, yeah, you guys are back here at this point. You're free to do what you want until the fights start. Gustav, you're up in the first round.
Yes. Trying to limber up and stuff. Get a look at the competition. Do I see anyone matching Robin's description?
Not here.
Do I see anyone matching Cinder's description?
You do see Cinder.
I guess I'll go over to him. I don't
What
see
are-
anyone. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna ask, are you guys like doing anything special in terms of like your look for the fight, or are you guys just wearing your normal clothes?
I hadn't thought about it, so could we retcon some stuff?
Sure. I mean, like you could, like, your look for the fight could just be taking your shirt off or whatever when you get into the back. I'm just curious. Like, are you guys preparing that way in any way, or are you guys just gonna take your armor off and wear normal clothes, or what?
I think probably take the armor off for sure. Including the helmet. So maybe I'll like go for like a bandage theme because I like wrapped up my arm, right? So maybe I'll also like wrap up the other arm and my face to have like a theme going.
Okay, so you're pretty much one of those weird bandage
mummy.
people.
Yeah.
Like weird, you're like one of the lepers from Princess Mononoke. There we go. That's
Right,
what I was
except
thinking
like
of.
bare chest showing off like all these pretty gnarly
Sure.
scars. And
It's-
it's like pants.
It's like your like your arm, your one whole arm, I guess, and then like, or both of your arms and your head.
yeah.
Julia's gonna help do the hair with honey. Let's go.
God.
The hair that's gonna be wrapped up in bandages.
Well, I think
Nope,
the
the
hair
hair's
was
showing.
like sticking out,
Oh,
and now
okay,
it's like
the
in
hair's
some
sticking
stupid
out.
honey pompadour or something.
What kind of hairstyle do you give Gustav's bandage look?
The biggest pompadour.
Alright.
Like the thing you see in the gel commercials when they're just like suave gel.
Sure. Are you fighting this, Gustav? Or...
Is it Philia actually giving it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'll start with like, oh, what you doing? And then just let her do it, because I feel bad.
Okay, so you end up as Bandage Man with the dumbest pompadour anyone's ever seen.
Straight out of
Cinder.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Cinder, what's your like fighting look? What are you doing?
Gosh. Doesn't seem to be any paint or charcoal around.
Are you asking if there seems to be any, or are you telling me that there are none?
Do I see any?
Not necessarily. There's definitely some burn damage in this building, so in theory you could go break off some of the charred wood and use that as like ash.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Okay, and then what do you do?
I just take the top part of my armor off and then just like just put like a few lines just like diagonal down across my chest, and that's it.
How long
Okay.
is Cinder's hair?
It's
pretty
past
long.
his shoulder, yeah.
Philia's gonna do a hairstyle in
Yeah.
which it's gonna make his hair kind of turn into like a hooded shape, so it looks like he's still wearing a hood, and then it's gonna blend into the line, so it looks like he's wearing like a cape or cloak.
It's like a hooded serpent kind of guy.
The worst thing ever. Are you gonna allow this, Cinder? Are you gonna allow Philia to do your hair?
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys look like the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen.
What do you mean? It's blending into the stripes. He's wearing a cloak.
But I think after like all this, you guys are kind of preparing yourselves, and like Gustav's about to say something to Cinder, but is interrupted by Londa, who like walks up, and she looks at you, Gustav. She's like, "All right, Gustav, it is it's your time to fight. It's your round. If
All right.
you and Norwin would please enter the ring."
I start heading towards the ring and trying to look to see if I can get a glimpse of this Norwin guy.
As he walks off, I yell out, "No pressure, but I've got all my money on you."
What?
Continue to let Philia do my hair.
All right. So yeah, you are looking for Norwin, and I mean, pretty quickly you see him as you're both walking out at like the same time, and he's like a bit smaller than you.
Good start.
He's just like kind of a normal looking guy, kind of reddish, like raggedy hair, kind of splayed out. Doesn't look super imposing or anything. But you both walk out, and Londa kind of stops you guys, and you can see she walks back up on the pedestal, and she's like, "All right, for the first round tonight, we have Gustav the Tree Smith versus Norwin Kaz. If you two would please enter the ring, it is time to begin the match." And you can see as, you know, she's saying all this, like, people are kind of rushing towards these people that she has taking bets and things like that. And you can hear in the crowd, they're like, "The big one! Put my money on the big one! The big one!" And, like, people are kind of just getting crazy. But yeah, you two, they kind of open up this gate, this latched gate to the ring, and have you two walk in there, and there's kind of like a moment of preparation. You know, everyone kind of gets settled in. It starts to get a little bit more quiet as things get going, and you can see this guy kind of like shakes himself loose. He's swinging his arms around, throwing a couple punches in the air. And if you want to drag your token out, you can have you guys roll for initiative in this fight.
Real quick before we begin, Gustav is thinking about not seeing anyone who looks like Robert, and is trying to remember if Londa said he was in the tournament or would be at the tournament.
He was banking
why
on
is-
winning the money.
Cinder, why are you rolling initiative?
I I
right?
know,
And we
but
got
I
that.
instantly regret rolling that.
Yeah, you should.
We got that information from the Ashen Conclave guy, right? That he was hoping to win the tournament.
You
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Okay. Not that he was hoping to make a lot of money at the tournament, but actually win it.
Well, he is looking to make money at the tournament, is what he said, but he said that he was looking to make money at the tournament by winning.
Okay.
Okay.
Crisis averted. I'm gonna kill this shrimp.
Wow. Kind of rude.
3 rounds later, Gustav is unconscious.
Okay. So Londa's on the podium once again. And everyone's kind of gotten silent with anticipation. And eventually you just hear Londa say, "Fight!" And
Alright.
it's your go first, Gustav.
Is the arena like sand or
Yeah,
wood?
it's like it's wooden walls with kind of sand dirt on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna rush him and try to like end this quickly with just a flurry of punches. Not with an 11.
Yes, with an 11 actually.
Oh, tight.
So,
Poor kid.
so yeah, there's this guy in there, and he's kind of not exactly prepared for what Gustav has in store for him. And Gustav just kind of rushes him wildly and like throws out a haymaker and just flat, like hits this kid like across the face and kind of knocks him to the ground. And there's a spurt of blood that flies out. But he manages to pull himself back up after that. Is that your turn, Gustav?
Yes.
So yeah, he's gonna try and roll back at you, Gustav. And as he gets up from the ground, he throws with his left hand an uppercut into your chin for 3 damage, and kind of steadies himself. And that's his turn.
Alright, he sort of uppercutted me, setting my head up. I'm gonna bring my head down and headbutt him in the face.
All right. Yeah. And like this kid puts up a good fight, but it doesn't take long. As Gustav looks a little bad after he gets head or uppercut in the chin, brings his head back down and just smashes his head into this kid's as he falls back to the ground, unconscious. And the room gets a little quiet, as it was a fairly underwhelming match to behold. But like after a couple seconds of the quietness, you just start hearing, "Yeah!" People start cheering and going wild, and you can hear gold kind of being shuffled around as people are claiming their money and bets and things like that. And that's the first round over. Gustav wins. Fatality.
Not fatality.
Fatality. He killed him.
No, man.
Flawless victory.
I wasn't, unfortunately. Got hit.
Oh, we did get hit.
hit.
Damn it.
But yeah, like you can see people start going wild, and Londa, you just hear over everyone else, "Gustav is the winner."
How much money did we make?
Unfortunately, Gustav was the big old likely bet on this one, so you guys only doubled your coin. So you get you put 6 in, so you get 12 back. But that was the first round.
And there are 10
And,
combatants total, or 12?
There are 16 combatants total.
Oh.
There was the 8 people with you guys making 10, and then she said there was another 6 people that
There's
were
now 15.
were around.
Cool. I imagine it's single elimination given the nature of the tournament.
Yeah, it's single elimination, otherwise they'd be there all night. So yeah, Gustav, you win, and they kind of open up the gate, and people are kind of cheering, and some people like throw your arms up and stuff like that as you're leaving, and they're escorting you back to the back room, and you see like a couple people come and check on Norwin and make sure he's all right, and they pick him up and bring him into the back and like set him down on one of the cots in the back and everything.
Prediction: Norwin ends up being the big bad of the whole campaign.
Oh god, he's out to get you now. He's got a vendetta.
Yeah. Fight 2.
Norwood was going to use the money to pay off medical bills, and now he'll never be able to save his mom.
Exactly. There's all sorts of terrible things going on tonight. Norwin will never be able to save his mother. That young couple was looking to buy their first home with the money that they won from their earnings here, but now they've been robbed. It's just a real shit show. Not gonna lie. It's really unfortunate.
On the plus side, now Cinder can use that wealth to buy a house.
Yeah, the house they were gonna buy.
Yeah, exactly. You sick fuck.
How much? Oh, I guess he has to like check the coin purse to see how much.
Enough to buy a house.
He just takes out a big bag of money in the back room with all the other fighters.
Okay. So yeah, you're escorted into the back, and the first round is over. The next 2 rounds are just going to be essentially NPC fights. If you guys want to bet on them, you're welcome to. But essentially, it'll just be a roll of the dice to see whether or not you actually would succeed on placing your bet. Because it would take the whole night to go through every single fight of the tournament.
I'm not gonna bet.
I will not.
I won't bet.
None of you are going to bet?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are in the back for a while. Just kind of waiting patiently. Are you guys doing anything interesting in the back, or while you wait, or are you just kind of hanging out?
I'll help out the medical people.
Can we see the fights from where we are?
If you want, you can like kind of walk out and watch the fights and stuff like that. You're welcome to.
I would like to watch the fights so that I get a sense of like what I'm up against and try to find that Robin kid.
I would like to, when nobody's watching, take all the gold out of the coin pouch that I stole and put it in my coin pouch, and then dump the other coin pouch somewhere.
Okay. A particular place you're looking to dump it?
Where are we? We're like floorboards, or what's the deal?
I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of a rotting old theater, so there's wooden floorboards, and they're kind of deteriorating.
Yeah, or like just try to like squeeze it through one of the cracks of the floorboards or something. Sure.
Yeah, you stuff it down somewhere and it vanishes. Until eventually you're called up next, Cinder. You see Londa approach you, and She says, "Are you ready? It is your time to fight, Cinder."
Oh, I suppose I'm ready as I will be.
Good, good.
Is this fight 4?
This is fight 4, yes.
How much gold did I get from that, or how much coin was in that purse? Just like 3
20,
copper.
25 gold pieces.
25? Ah, I've never been so rich.
Yeah, and you're let out onto the stage, and next to you is this big hulking man, barrel-chested, full of hair. His bicep is like as big as your thigh. He's got like a big old bushy beard, and you're both led out into the ring. And eventually...
Oh, before I go, I want to give 8 gold to Philia and say, put it on me.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I will also put 2 gold on him as well.
Alright, so you 10 gold bet on old Cinder Boy here.
Yep.
Okay, Cinder, you're let out into this arena with this big hulking man, and eventually you're locked in there with him. And Londa stands up on the pedestal, and she's like, "For the next fight, Witter the Titan Bursk against Cinder the Wyvern Targan. May the best fighter win. Good luck to you all." And, you kind of hear the crowd again, like, "Put my money on the giant! On the giant who'll kill him!" And all this stuff. And the people start going wild.
Philia's gonna prestidigitation her voice and be like, "You got this, Cinder!"
Don't get hit.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Hell yes.
He like looks over at us and gives us a thumbs up. That's his initiative.
He's too distracted by giving the thumbs up. Alright. But Titan goes first. The Titan comes at you, Cinder, and you feel like you got a pretty good read on this guy. He's so slow, but he's just so large. As you dodge, his swing still clips you, and you take 3 damage as you try and move out of the way from this guy's attack.
Ouch. I counter with a. Are we fighting on dirt, or are we fighting on? What are we fighting on at the moment?
On dirt, sand, as I told
Sand. Okay.
Abel moments ago.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that. And we're going to, I guess, counter with a jab.
Okay. Oh yeah. He he doesn't make very strong contact with you as he hits, but you come back and jab him right in the guts, and ugh, he feels it. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. He comes back at you with this large, lumbering swing, and he's just a little bit too slow for you, though. As he swings his arms down on top of you, you step out of the way, and this kind of cloud of dust just flies up into the air.
Okay. Big right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you come in with a right hook and hit him across the face. And at this point, he's kind of staggered back a bit. But he looks angry. looks pissed.
Oh no.
It's coming for you. Oh yeah.
Oh
He's
no.
furious. He comes up and just fucking cold cocks you right in the face with this massive tree trunk of an arm for 5 damage.
Ah. I go down on my one knee and pick sand up and throw it in his eyes.
So you're using dirty trick on him?
Yeah.
So essentially, I think it's just a maneuver. So I think you just make a combat maneuver thing against his. So you do your CMB against his CMD. I can't remember which is which, but you know what I mean. $15. I think that actually succeeds against his.
His CMD should be. I guess he's unarmored.
It's just his strength, right? It's plus his strength. It's like 10 plus his strength.
Guess. Yeah, it's something like that.
Hold on, let me look real quick.
Mine's 10 plus base attack bonus plus strength plus dex.
Oh right, plus the dex. Yeah, no, it still succeeds because he doesn't have like a real base attack bonus. Yeah. So yeah, you throw dirt into his face. It takes your standard action to do so, but as you throw the sand in his face, he is blinded for 1 round. So pretty much on his turn, unless he rolls really well, he's going to miss you. Yeah, he has this dirt in his face, and he like starts swinging wildly, just trying to hit you, but he can't see, so he misses you.
All right. I line him up and do a big hit. Hopefully, I hit. Is that hit? No.
He has a -2 to AC because he's blinded. But unfortunately, that is still not enough.
Damn it!
Yeah, so he's blinded and just swinging wildly, and you try and get like a good solid punch in there. But as he's swinging his arms, it's just like it's too wild for you to actually make good contact, so you don't manage to pull off a firm strike. But at this point, he's able to kind of brush the dirt out of his eyes, and he's coming back for you. Oh!
Miss.
Well, he's very pissed that you threw dirt into his eyes.
Oh no.
And he clasps his 2 hands together and just brings them down on top of you with his full force. Wait a second. I think our unarmed strikes tripled. Is that why it's so much damage? The crit. Oh no, that's how the crits work on this, right? The one on the left is if you didn't confirm, the one on the right is if you did confirm.
I think that's what we found.
Yeah, that's what we found out. Okay, yes. So he brings his hands down on top of you and just like smashes you into the ground with both of his fists for 9 damage.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
What about your weird half-orc thing?
Yeah, I'm looking that up at the moment. Orc ferocity. Once per day, when the half-orc is brought below 0 hit points, but not killed, you can fight on for one more round, as if disabled. At the end of this next round, unless brought above 0 hit points, he immediately falls unconscious and begins dying. I guess I can fight for another round as if disabled. What's disabled?
Always disabled in my thing.
A character with 0 hit points or has negative hit points is disabled. Disabled character may take a single move action or a standard action each round. So one or all.
Okay. So yeah, you can punch at him for 1 round.
Alright, I'm gonna punch at him. Punch!
Question.
Oh my god, you sad soul.
Question.
What?
though.
Yes, question, Filio? Yes.
He was very angry, went down full force, did 9 damage. But under the rules, he cannot be doing this lethal shit to me.
But he's not doing lethal damage, no.
Okay.
It's non-lethal damage.
Wanted to bring on the rule fucking win response.
Yeah, he's not killing anybody. He's just attacking Cinder's non-lethal hit pool. Sadly, there's one last little kind of pathetic swing from Cinder as he musters up the strength to get back up at least, which is impressive enough, and just swings, and it just kind of goes in front of this guy as Cinder kind of falls back to the ground. And yeah, with this last attack, he just pretty much punches you in the face, Cinder, and knocks you to the ground, dealing 3 damage.
I'm so glad I got peer pressured into this.
And yeah, that's the fight. That's the round.
Gonna rush back to the fighting area because that's where they've been taking the people and try to help Cinder best I can.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, you guys start working on old Cinder Boy, and he took quite a beating, but he's still there, and he's knocked out for a few minutes this time, but eventually, Philia, with your help and the people there, you get him back up, and you guys have unfortunately lost your gold that you bet, the 10 gold pieces, and
God damn it. Out of the 10,
that round
out
is
of
over.
the 6 rolls I made, 4 of them were below 10.
Yeah, that was pretty bad luck. He rolled really well too, because his modifier wasn't that high. He just happened to roll like a bunch of 18s or higher. Yeah, so that's the 4th round over and done with. But yeah, Cinder's recovering, and you guys are backstage with him. Anything to say to try and cheer Cinder up as he comes back to consciousness?
How you feeling, Cinder?
Well, I feel like somebody that got punched in the face.
Oh, that's good. That's what happened.
As expected then.
You just got a bad matchup, friend. Guy was huge.
Oh well. At least we still got you, eh?
Right, you got a good few licks in. Soften him up for me.
I don't know about that, but...
Philia's gonna also clean up all the markings and the honey in the hair and all of that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are in the back, kind of cleaning Cinder up. Until eventually, after like a couple minutes, you guys hear something that catches your ears. It's Londa out front, and she says, you just catch the tail end of Robern, the Iron Fist Dryard. As it sounds like she's announcing another match.
That's him. Rush back out.
Okay. Yeah, and you find out in the ring there's this kind of slender young man, short black hair, not wearing any shirt or anything, very well toned, muscular, and he's got like kind of like a lower like tabard thing on, and in his hand he's got like a jug of what looks like wine or something, and he's like drinking it, and he's kind of just like, the guy looks like he's drunk out there, and people are kind of like laughing at this dude as he's out there. And he's up against just this other big hulking lady, just like, you know, he's not super tall, he's probably like average height, 5'10" or so, and this lady's like 6'2", just standing over him, and just looks like he's accepting his fate as he stands out there. And you know, people are throwing money all over the place. The crowd's kind of going wild to see what happens. Everyone's betting on this woman out in the crowd, thinking that it's going to be, you know, this drunkard against some lady. And immediately, like, the fight kind of starts, and you hear Londa scream, "Fight!" And he just stands there still drinking as this large woman comes running towards him and just starts swinging her fists, and in this weird kind of fluid drunk motion he like steps back and forth out of the way, until eventually you see him throw just like one quick almost slap to the side of this lady's head, and with the other hand a fist to her face, and she looks like she's in pretty rough shape already. It looks like it hit her for a pretty good blow, even though it looked very quick. It was so fast it was hard to almost see what it did. But she's pissed. I mean, she comes back, and even with how agile this guy is, she manages to kind of gut punch him. And you see, like, he winces a little bit as he takes this blow, but it's nothing that he's, like, too worried about, it seems. And then, almost with no remorse, he sidesteps this woman and punches her in the throat, and she's not dead, but she falls down to her knees, just gagging, coughing, holding her throat, and it looks like eventually she kind of passes out. And Robin picks his little jug up from the ground and drinks a little bit more out of it as he casually walks out of the ring towards the back where you guys are. And Londa's kind of like hesitant for a second, and the crowd is kind of shocked at just like how it was kind of like the same reaction that you got the first round you were in, Gustav. It was just like a couple blows, and all of a sudden it was over, and this big lady went down. And Londa's just like, the winner, Robert Iron Fist Dryard. And people like kind of start cheering, I guess. They're like, they weren't expecting it, but yeah, this guy just casually walks off towards the back.
Bloody
And that's
hell.
the round over.
Well, it looks like he can really fight.
Right, but I think he was really drinking, or was that all just an act?
I don't know. Maybe
Can
we should
we-
ask him.
Can we take a sense motive thing?
Sure. I mean, it looked like he was drunk. It looked like he was drinking. As far as you can tell. But yeah, I mean, he kind of walks back into the back where the other fighters are, past you guys. And eventually you see, as you walk back, you see him just kind of off in a corner, sitting there, drinking from his little jug.
Is he in the same waiting area as us now then?
Mm-hmm.
I think now's our chance. I'll go over to him.
I will follow.
Yeah, you see him taking a couple swigs as he sits there looking at you guys. Something I can do for you?
Oh yeah, I think so. Impressive stuff out there, that.
Just kind of smiles at you.
We are looking for someone. Was told you might be able to help us find him.
Well, yeah, you're looking for someone, eh? And who exactly should you be looking for?
I sort of lean into him and try to lower my voice. Susanna Wyvern-Spear.
You're like leaned in next to his face, and he just burps, and you get this smell of like nasty ale and alcohol. It's pungent. Never heard of her.
Oh. You are Robin, right?
Right, this one name.
Bareback.
Sure you don't know her. Just how drunk are you?
Oh. Well, I'm judging by how much is left in this bottle, I'm pretty drunk.
Right, well... I'm not entirely convinced you don't know her, so I guess wait until after you've sobered up. Where you staying these days?
Wait until after I send you up. You might have to be waiting some time, friend.
What, you just never stop drinking or something?
Either.
Bound to catch up with you eventually.
Sorry?
It's bound to catch up with you eventually. No one can drink forever.
Yeah, that's true. But for the time being, it's quite enjoyable.
Right, I guess. I sort of looked at Philia and sort of whisper to her. I thought this was gonna go a lot different. I was expecting a much bigger reaction from her name, yeah?
I don't necessarily know. What? Is this him? Does he match the description?
Yeah, he matches the description that the people have given you.
Can we see if he's lying?
Do
Do we know he's lying?
I'm gonna say you've already rolled a sense motive check on this man, so you're having a hard time reading him with your current state.
Would I also get a roll?
Sure, I'll give you one.
Don't worry. I have a -2.
Yeah. You're both like, you know, he seems drunk, he seems weird. There's obviously something going on with him.
Right, well, listen, this person is important to us, yeah? She might be in trouble, and you're our best bet at finding her, so we're gonna be sticking with you for a bit, alright?
He kind of like drunkenly sits there swaying back and forth. What do you mean trouble?
Well, she's missing, yeah?
Listen, from where?
Or from the estate.
Whose estates is this again?
A wyvern spears.
Oh, I see. So, you're looking for this Susanna girl? She's gone missing from the Wyvern Spear estate.
Right, yeah.
And she's a Wyvern Spear?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to help you out.
Because we were told that you, someone with your name and your description, hung out with her a lot.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Probably I don't know anything. Can't help you too much.
Well, like I said, you're our best bet, and you might be forgetting because of how drunk you are. So we're gonna wait till you sobered up, ask you again, and if you still don't know, then I guess we'll try something else.
I see. Well, speaking of sobering up, you think you could get me another drink from one of them kegs out there? I'm running low.
Well, you let us hang around if I do.
Well, I can't stop you from hanging around, so sure.
Alright then.
He hands you his jug.
I'll sort of give a sort of befuddled look to Cinder and Philia and then go out. Try to make sure I don't miss my fight, but get him a drink. How much is that again?
The drinks are on the house, it's part of the deal.
Ooh, nice.
He turns to you while Gustav's gone, Philia.
Yeah.
But, what bring us a young lovely lady like yourself down these parts?
Just helping out a friend, like walking around, watching, making sure I'm being supportive. You?
Well, you know, I'm just here to fight and earn a little money.
Oh, what would you use the money for if you won?
Well, you know, probably more drinks, things like that.
Surely there's something more. If you just grab a keg from here, it's free.
Well, I suppose. With the money, maybe I could take a lovely young lady out on the town. What do you think about that?
Lovely young lady, who do you have in mind?
Well, I was looking at this one young girl right here. It's quite beautiful.
Sadly, I have my hand tied, doing an investigation, but if you can help, I don't see why not.
Oh, an investigation, you say? What kind of investigation will that be?
It's the one my friend was talking about. He wanted information on Susanna Wyvernsphere. And even if you don't know that much, any help would be appreciated.
Oh, I see. And, why Susanna Wyvernsphere matter so much to you?
They seem very concerned.
concerned about her because she's missing? Is that what your friend said?
Yeah, they said she was missing. She's normally not gone for this long, so they said that they understand that sometimes she goes out and but she always finds her way back. They're afraid that something might have happened to her.
Yeah, and by this time you're probably back, Gustav. And you can see he's like having a discussion with Philia. Well, if she goes missing all the time, then I don't see what the big deal is. She's probably just missing again.
But if you were a parent, wouldn't you be afraid if someone went missing longer than expected?
Oh, good lord. If I was a parent, I think my kid would already be missing long ago.
It'd be due to all the drinking.
It sure could be. It's a terrible thing to waste a good beverage. You understand?
But if you could help, anything would be appreciated.
Speaking of good beverages, my friend, would you mind handing me that jug back?
Right.
Oh, thank you. It's quite nice of you. And you see he just puts it to his lips and kind of knocks it back. And, meanwhile, while this is happening, there's like a couple fights going on in the background. So, what exactly do you lot want from me?
Well,
Just some information on where she is, where she might be heading, if she's okay, that sort of stuff.
Oh, I see. And you say you're working for her parents, or?
Technically, we're working for the city, but this request was put in by her family.
Oh, I see. I heard interesting things about the Marvin Spears. I don't know him too well myself, but they kind of always portray this, wondrous thing in the town. Always helping everybody. Heard this darker side to him. You know anything about that?
I don't.
What about you there, big fella?
like, what about me?
You know anything about that?
About Susanna or the Wyvern Spears?
Yeah, about there being a darker side.
Darker side of what?
The family!
Oh.
Are you even here? Are you even part of this conversation?
Well, yeah.
I understand you're a big feller, but there's got to be more going on in between those two ears than that.
Right, so why would you think there's a darker side? I've heard they've been nothing but good for the town.
That's what I'm saying. I think no one's ever that good. There's got to be something going on there. Especially you keep saying this daughter goes missing.
I've heard one thing. I heard that they sometimes fight, but based on what the father says, that is not the most ideal situation, and that's always tried to be avoided.
Oh, I see. Well, I wonder what fighting when you're a Wyvern Spear's like. You know, they're all big fuckers, known for killing all those people. Of course, it's for the glory of the Dracmorians, but you know, if you ever think like a fight like them is like a fist fight? Like they're fighting for their lives when they're fighting. How else do they know how to fight? You know what I mean? You ever think about it?
I think we did hear there was a military family, but I didn't know they killed a bunch of people.
Well, any military hero is going to kill a bunch of people. What else do you expect?
Well, hang on, back up. I'm pretty sure they don't like you, so maybe you don't like them.
What's
Maybe
it? I don't even know them. What do you mean they don't like me?
Oh, I think they said as much, right? You've been hanging around their place.
Well, I don't even know where they live.
Well, that's not what they say.
I don't know what to tell you. I
Well,
don't know how they even know who I am.
unless there's another Robin who looks just like you in the city.
Could be.
I suppose.
Ain't you ever heard about him? Battles of Frozen Flame.
Have I?
Knowledge
Well,
history?
have you? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you probably heard something in passing, but you don't really know.
I mean, I've heard the name, don't know what it was about.
Oh. What do you know? How things usually go in the old Draconfire neighborhoods. It's one of them things you hear different versions of the stories. According to what they tell us around these parts, the old wyvern spears were defending a city on the brink. One of the cities that kind of hugs the point between the border of the Iron Court and Draconfire. But the way I hear it, Elaine and Isabel, they cut down that entire city of people. They needed to take that position. It is a military advantage, you understand? Things like that.
I'm sure the family has done lots of things that go against the interest of others, but I don't think that's much of a reason to let them go on worrying about their daughter.
Oh, I see. Well, I think what I'm trying to say to you is they are such great people. Why does the daughter want to run away? Did she run away? You sure that big old brute of a father didn't get too mad one time and just crush her down?
This is a lot.
What do you mean it's a lot?
I mean, it was simpler when it was just like a missing person, but you're saying maybe it was like some murder covered up by this family.
But how the hell shall I know? You just came to find me?
Right, yeah.
And at this point, Gustav, you're having this conversation and you hear in the background, Gustav, the tree, Smith. Where's his Witter, the Titan Bursk?
Was the
Oh.
Titan the really tall, burly one?
He's the one who
Yeah.
took down Cinder.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
Got some revenge to give. You two sit tight. I'll be back. I head out.
Okay.
I asked Philia, you gonna be putting any bets on this one, Philia?
What if I put a bet on Gustav and you match that bet on the Titan? So either way, we gain some sort of profit or we gain a net zero.
That sounds like the dumbest thing I ever heard.
I don't think that's quite really worth it then, if the odds are just 50-50.
What do you mean?
Might as well just not bet.
The odds are always 50-50, you fool. The hell are you talking about?
Oh,
The odds aren't always 50-50. If the entire stadium goes towards the Titan, then people
Oh,
who
you
bet...
mean like that sort of thing?
right.
And
Well, obviously the odds are in the favour of the Titan. Look at the man.
my point exactly. So if we put 6 on Gustav, and Gustav loses, then at least we get double our reward. And then we gain 12, so then we win. But if the odds are towards the Titan and Gustav wins, then we gain a larger sum.
So you're gonna bet on both.
I mean,
I'll tell you what. You two do what you want. I'm putting 20 gold pieces on your friend. He gets up and starts shivving through his coin purse and walks over to the betting guy and just slaps some coin down in his hand.
he's putting 20 gold down on Gustav. I thought he was here to make money, not lose it.
You know what? If he's doing it, I'm putting 10 gold on Gustav.
Okay.
This is madness. I'm putting 10 gold on Gustav.
Oh no.
Alright. So, Gustav, you find yourself in the ring. And as you're kind of preparing for the fight, you see come out from the back is Robin, Cinder, and Philia. And they're kind of standing outside, and you're in the pit with this big burly man. And I guess it's time for you to roll for initiative, my friend.
You ain't my friend. Gonna pay for that. Whitmore,
Believe in
12
you.
initiative.
You're gonna be great.
Oh, you got it. 14. Okay.
All right,
Here come the pain.
the Titan's coming in.
You got this.
Oh, the Titan's a big burly man, bigger and burlier than Gustav, and he still looks. You know, you can see some bruises on him from the last fight with Cinder, and he comes in and swings at you, Gustav, and you just kind of sidestep his big tree trunk of an arm.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit him in the side since it's like exposed. Wapa!
Yeah.
Hey!
You punch him right where he's already bruised from where Cinder jabbed him in the ribs, and he in pain. It's a pretty hefty blow. And in anger, this man is going to punch back at you. And he swings his big tree trunk of a left arm and hits you, but as he twists his torso to hit you, he cringes from the pain of his bruise, making less impact. He hits you for 3 damage as he smashes you in the side.
Alright. I'm going to put my fists together and sort of just try to clock him.
Oh, yeah. Are you, like, hitting him in the face? Or like...
Yeah, like putting my
Okay.
fists together and just sort of going like complete 180 across the face.
Yeah, and I mean, with that, like, this guy's already wounded, and Gustav jabs him in the ribs. And Gustav puts his fist together, and with this big old punch, just whack! Right, cracks this guy right across the face, like breaking his nose as the Titan falls to the ground. And this big cloud of dust pops up in the air as he lands on his back, arms sprawled out. And he's down.
Tip and Billy are gonna cheer.
And you hear Londa. And the winner is Gustav the Tree Smith. And they takes like a few guys to get the Titan's body out of there, as they kind of drag him into the back, and you're escorted out, Gustav. And people are quiet at first, but then they're like, Gustav, Gustav, Gustav. And you win your round.
Me and Pip, good stuff, good.
As far as your guys' bets go, you put in 10 gold, so you get 40 gold for your winnings.
Hey.
Whoa. As in, like, we get 40 gold back each, or
No, you put in 10 gold total, so you get, like, you don't get 40 gold on top of your 10. You put in 10, you get back 40, so you quadrupled the money you put in, essentially.
right? That's what I mean. So we get back 40 each because
Oh, you each put in 10.
we each put in 10.
Yeah.
Yes, you each get 40 gold back then. Sorry, I missed that you both put in 10 gold.
That's quite the cheer, Philia. And 28.
Me and Pip are cheering and we're doing great.
Alright. So, you guys find yourselves back in the back, and Robin's kind of standing there as you enter Gustav. You might make a fair bit of coin there, friend. Good job.
Welcome, I guess.
How many more times do you think you can do something like that?
I don't know. As many as it takes, I guess.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure you and I will face off soon enough then.
Right.
So, anything else you care to ask me about, the lot of you? Or are you gonna leave me alone?
I mean, till you sober up, I don't know if there's much point.
Yeah, he kind of hiccups a little bit. Hard enough? Takes a big old swig from his jug. And, you see, like, as he kind of steps off towards the back, he does one of those things where he takes a step and almost falls forward and then quickly, like, captures himself in his own foot and just keeps stumbling forward. What would you guys like to do in the meantime?
Watch the fights.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, a good portion of the fights have gone on for tonight. You're through the first half of the night. The first 8 rounds have happened, and you know your fight was just like one of the kind of like semi-final matches for you. So quickly afterwards, you know, there's not many fights left. Robin eventually gets called back out into the ring. And let's see how it goes.
I'll place 10 on Robin.
Okay. You place 10 on Robin.
Yeah, after seeing what he did last time, I think I'll put 10 down on Robin too.
Alright, you both place 10 down. Gustav, are you making any bets?
No.
Okay. No. So serious.
He's got to keep focused.
Okay. So the fight against this big burly man starts, and it's a similar thing this time where they act first and Robin just kind of stands there and moves out of the way. And he follows up with precision hits. One in the neck and one in the abdomen, and within those 2 blows, takes this guy down. He's almost paralyzed with the attacks, and he just falls over. It's like no contest practically. But at this point, yes, Gustav?
Just hard swallow.
Oh. And yeah, everyone's like stunned again, cheering Robin's name. Your guys' winnings aren't so much as with how cocky and easily Robin wins these fights. You guys double your gold, so you put in 10, you get 20 out.
And I officially stopped betting because I think this is the best I can do. Wait, how much money do I need for my big B?
How much do you need for... Oh, your big B? Yeah, I don't remember.
Would they even sell it in this town? Head
Probably
on
not.
down to Claps and pick up a big B.
Is there
Okay.
like an infinite enlarge potion that I can just enlarge one of my Bs to be a big B?
Maybe. You could maybe find something like that. I mean, that's entirely up to you, but possibly.
Okay, let's
So-
move on. Sorry.
Depends on how hard you're willing to look. But, you know, the night continues on, and after Robin's match, there's one more. And after that, you're up again, Gustav.
Alright.
And eventually, you know, Londa calls out and she says, Gustav the Tree Smith versus Lay the Bear Monel. And you find yourself in the ring with this big, burly woman. Dark skin,
Bear.
kind of raggedy, savage black hair. She's about the same height as you. She's not like super large, but she's incredibly like ripped, like muscular. And you know, she's got a few bruises on her already, but she's rearing to fight.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna be putting another 10 gold on Gustav here.
Okay.
Do I want to put gold?
Axe first.
I'll put 5 gold.
Wow. How generous of you.
I don't want to lose money.
Gonna
You're-
rush in. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say you're up first, Gustav.
Rush in for the haymaker. Nope.
Yeah, you see this large woman. She throws up both of her forearms and just kind of stops your haymaker, and she's gonna try and punch back at you, but to no success. She kind of swings as you duck under her blow. It's your turn again.
Alright, as I duck under the blow, swing back, sort of a backhand.
Oh yeah, yeah. You come up and you backhand her with the back of your claw hand, and it's like a little extra spice on it, and it just fucking like rips across her face as blood spurts out, and she's not pleased. She almost jumps at you as she punches into you with both of her fists, hitting you for 4 damage.
Oof.
Alright. She looks wounded.
Sort of fall back onto my back foot from that, and then like drive both my fists forward too, sort of mirroring her attack.
Oh my god!
Mada.
Yeah, I mean, how crazy does it look when, like, what does Gustav do to just trash this lady?
Maybe like
Can I
on the
can
back
I
foot.
can I retcon something here just quickly?
I want to retcon my bet.
Yeah.
not the
Trying
punch.
to retcon your bet.
Not the punch. So just after Gustav got hit the last round, I'll just like be thinking to myself like, "Come on, Gustav, you can do this." And then I'll just want it to like accidentally like message Gustav.
What? Okay.
So I want to use the cantrip message
Yeah.
to Gustav.
Yep. Saying you can do this, Gustav.
Yeah.
Alright, so like as you're punching this big old hit, as you're whatever you're about to do, you can explain it to us. You hear in the back of your head like it just to you sounds like you hearing like Cinder's voice in the back of your head, like him saying like you can do this.
Hearing the prayers of my friends fills me with a new power.
Yeah, apparently.
Friendship puncher. With my two fists just sort of like up near her chest, in between like her chest and collarbone, sort of where she hit me, is sort of knocking her back.
Yeah, so it's just this big powerful strike that impales, and you hear like this crack as it hits her and breaks like her collarbone or something as she falls back onto the ground, unconscious. And Nod is just like, and the winner is the tree. People start cheering and going crazy. How much did you guys bet? You bet 10 Cinder and Philly was 5 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 and 5.
You both double your takings. Gustav's moved up in the ranks. So you get 10 gold and 20 respectively. And yeah, you win your round, Gustav. You crunch this lady, and like as you're walking out, Robin's walking into the ring and just kind of gives you a slight nod, as kind of drunken nod as he takes a swig from his jug and enters the ring.
I give him a nod
fight.
too, and then when I'm out of eyesight of him, I'm starting to like rub the area where he punched me.
Yeah. Alright, would anyone like to place any bets before we finish the semi-final match?
Who's Robin up against?
Some like spindly looking dude. He's kind of small, very muscular, very fast.
I'll bet 25.
On Robert or the spindly
Yeah,
dude?
Robert! I'm not betting on this Swindly dude.
What do you mean? Why would you bet on the spindly dude? What are you talking about? Okay. So yeah, this last semi-final match between Robin and Spindly Man commences.
I'll bet 10 on Robin.
Oh my god,
Okay. Robin's first strike, this guy is very spindly and fast. And he ducks to the side of Robin's first kind of weird drunken lunge strike. And Robin almost looks taken aback by this, but in that action he hides with his right hand another hit where his thumb is poking through his fingers, and he jabs this guy right in the chest for a pretty healthy amount of damage. And this little spindly guy tries to attack back, striking from underneath, his like legs spread apart. But at the same time, Robin kind of does this weird drunken step to the side where it always looks like he stumbles back over this guy's attack. And with that same motion as he goes backwards, he like kind of swings it around and lunges himself forward with both of his fists closed at the same time, turning his body parallel, and punches into this dude for a massive attack. Like the amount of damage that just happened with this crit is unreal. And essentially, he punches into this guy with both of his fists sideways, and one hits him in his upper chest, and his other one hits this guy in the abdomen, and he flies back maybe 15 feet and just hits the wall of this wooden arena and just falls face down forward and is completely unconscious. As for your bets, one of you bet 25. You guys get double your money essentially off of that one.
Now we're at the best we can
Right
do.
on the channel.
Welcome, welcome.
Hooray!
Oh boy. Oh no.
Hello.
She actually showed up.
Just in time to watch Robin kick the crap out of Gustav.
Oh no.
I'm not betting anything this round.
Yeah. And I mean, there's like probably like a 10-minute break in between the last match and this one. Is there anything you guys want to do in the meantime to prepare yourselves or anything?
I don't want to really leave Robin, because the deal was that we stay with him until he sobers up.
Is
Yeah, I mean,
Gustav wounded at all?
Yep.
Yeah, he sure is.
Don't you have natural healing?
Only when I'm blood raging, and I don't want to turn that on when I'm not killing people.
Okay.
Can you just blood rage a little bit to like oof it up? You know, I don't know. That very buff Titan guy seemed to be blood raging. Did you see how angry he was?
Yeah, I don't think I can deal non-lethal damage while blood raging.
No, blood rage while you're in a room by yourself, so you heal back up, and then you unblood rage.
I'm not doing it.
Blood rage like EFC. Oh boy.
Is there any like private spaces in the back here at all, or?
I'm sure you could find a spot. I mean, like, it's not really that private. Now most of the cots are just filled with, like, injured or unconscious people. People are, like, getting up leaving because they lost, and they're, like, pissed and storming out and stuff.
Gustav, why don't you come over here in this room?
Alright. So yeah, you good to stay with Robin then?
Sounds like a plan.
I'll go back.
Robin just takes a swig and hiccups. Alright, so you guys make your way into, like, a little back room, abandoned. It's, like, kind of cluttered with old shit.
What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to get a look at you, see what's going on. You look hurt.
Yeah, fighting people all bloody night.
Well, you've been doing pretty good.
Like I've done this before, yeah. And things are different now.
Well, gosh, if only there was a way I could patch you up real quick. It'd be pretty helpful. And as I like just kind of touch his shoulder, and I'll cast Cure Light Wounds.
Wait, what?
Sure, go
Or
ahead.
immediately disqualified.
Wait!
What is it? What happens when you do it? Like, how do your cards interact with this casting of your magic?
Oh, my cards have to be doing something?
I mean, they're the source of your power. I just assume, something happens. Like, maybe there's... I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be them glowing in your pocket or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe...
You play a trick where
maybe
you
it
pull a
glows a
card
little bit.
behind you.
Because he essentially at this point doesn't know he can do this stuff, so it's all just happening accidental, like in his mind. He's just kind of trying to discover this stuff. So maybe the cards are just glowing in the pocket.
Alright, yeah, I mean, Gustav, Cinder kind of says this to you as he touches you, and you see some of, like, your wounds start healing up a little bit. You get 8 hit points back.
Bloody hell, what was that?
I don't know. What the hell just happened?
I don't know, it felt awful similar to what Philia did, and we know that's not allowed. And what? How'd you do that?
I don't know. I was just thinking about if you healing you, if we could patch you up somehow.
Well, it worked. Now, why don't you think about us not getting caught, yeah?
Well, fuck me. Did anybody see?
I don't know, you brought me into this back room. I thought we were just gonna talk about something.
Well, we was.
I mean, it doesn't look like anybody saw anything, but he did have some bruises and cuts on him that are now gone. You're not at full HP, are you?
Almost.
Yeah, you're almost. He's almost full.
Oh, shit. I punch him.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. How are you punching him? All right. I mean, I guess you do. He takes three non-lethal damage from it, but yeah, you punch him and there's like a bruise again. There's a mark.
There we are.
Ow!
Well, now you still look hurt, right?
Right, okay. I was also punched in the stomach.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, it's fair, right? I was hit 3 times.
Well, I mean, if I hit you 3 times, then why just undo everything that's been done? Then what's the point of that?
I mean, that's what's fair, right? We gotta balance this out.
Well, what if we just do this? And I pick up a bit of dirt and I just like rub it on his stomach.
Well, that's not gonna do anything.
Well, there you go. It's still a bit darker there. It's hard to tell if you're being hit or not.
Yeah, he dirties up a bit.
Alright. I'm gonna raise my hand and just punch myself in the stomach as hard as I can.
What? What?
I try to block him as he does this.
Okay.
Is that like a combat maneuver or something?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
Teak here?
There's special things happening with Teak and Eric.
Okay. That doesn't beat my CMD.
Maybe. I guess, yeah, I mean, like. I'm almost keen to say that you make an attack roll, and maybe if his combat maneuver can beat your attack roll, I don't know. Definitely not.
Wait, that's worse than if you didn't
Yeah.
heal.
Yep,
Wow.
now he's a.
we go. It's all evened out then.
Right.
Worse than even out.
Even
Gonna
now,
head back out.
what have you done to yourself? You look worse.
You better try that trick again, Cinder, before he leaves.
I'm leaving.
Can't do it. That was my only spell slot for Cure Wounds.
Too bad. Oh, your intelligence isn't high enough to give you an extra spell slot?
Well, the way that you have to prepare spells is you prepare 1 slot per spell. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess I wasn't going to make it that way, but sure. That's what I'll do.
Oh, the kid's gone
So
missing.
I've already prepared like Mage Armor and Cure Light Wounds as 1 spell slot each.
If that's how you want to do it, be my guest. I was just gonna let you do it the 5e way, but
Oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna do the 5e way, then I'll cure him up again.
do it if you want.
Do we not learn from our last mistake?
I believe I get a will save.
Are you?
Guess you can try it.
I guess if you wanted to resist it.
Haha!
So it does half, so you get 4 back, I guess. So yeah, like he touches you again and does it again, Gustav, and like this time you can see
Stop hurting yourself.
you get 4 hit points back, obviously, and your wounds aren't completely healed. Like they don't look as bad, but they look better.
What did I just say?
Well, look. I mean, it doesn't. You still look hurt. It's good. It's fine. Nobody will know.
I don't care if nobody knows. It's part of the rules, right? I don't want to win this with some tricks. I gotta punch myself again.
Your punches are too fucking strong. Hold still, will you?
Oh, get me on the chin.
Papa.
Yeah, you take 1 damage and there's a little mark on your chin where you just got clocked.
Right. Good then.
What? Again?
That was fair. That was... I mean... I don't know, I feel about the same as I did.
Alright then.
Alright.
It's wasted 2 spell slots for nothing.
I don't like cheating.
You guys make your way out of the back room. And you find like Robert just kind of stooped there.
Does Phileas see a difference?
In Robert?
No, in Gustav.
Roll me a perception check.
I mean, kind of. There's like new bruises, the old ones are gone. I'm dirtier than before.
A.
And I seem like angry.
Oh yeah. You see a difference. He looks weird, and as he walks out, you hear Londa call the names.
Phileas just very confused at what they were doing in that closet.
They definitely look different, and then you just hear Gustav, the tree, Smith versus Robin, Iron Fist Raid for the final round.
Phileas will pat both of them on the back, believe in you all.
I kind of
She's
winced
not
a bit,
Southern.
expecting her to give me something else, because Cinder just did. Oh, thanks, Philia.
And yeah, Robin kind of gets up and stumbles towards the ring. And as you guys walk out, the gate latches open, and they're all cheering. Everybody's going wild. Coins being thrown in the air. People are placing bets.
Did Bedman win? Sort of hold out my hand to him.
And he drunkenly shakes your hand. And you guys kind of steady yourselves in the ring. And then you just hear Londa say, "Fight!" And you guys get yourselves pumped up. And that's what we end the session today.
Oh. Is my initiative
Well,
still count?
Sure. We'll pick up there next week.